Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Letitia Clark, and I'm the Transition Coordinator for the Parent Information Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Lafayette Johnson. I'm a Transition Associate.
Some brief housekeeping rules for today. For purpose of time, everyone will be muted. If you have any questions or concerns, comments, please enter them into the chat box. And if your concerns are not addressed directly today, you can give us a call at 302-999-7394, or you can reach us at pickofdale.org. Today, the Parent Information Center will be presenting you with a resume building webinar. A little bit about the Parent Information Center. We've been present in Delaware for over 35 years, and we work with parents, caregivers, and advocates to secure appropriate education and related services. Our mission is actually to advance parent engagement in education, and our vision is for all children to reach their fullest potential. We do this through one-on-one consultations, online education, as well as training like this today. We have online resources, and we also do community outreach and systems advocacy. The objective for today's workshop is for us to identify the important components of a resume, to identify how to create a viable resume, and to identify what resources are available to assist with applying for jobs and creating resumes. I would like to show you a short video that shows the importance of having a resume, how far it can go.
Have you ever wondered how this guy got himself such a great office with such an awesome view? Well, it all began a while back during his studies, and it started off by something called a resume. Everyone must hear that word all the time. It's almost a globally recognized word now. And you may ask yourself, why do we need a resume in the first place? Well, then let me tell you why. Resumes are your biggest asset in getting an employer to offer you an interview and even offer you that dream job, whatever that may be. Never underestimate the first impression you will make in writing a properly laid out resume. The resume is your one chance to catch your employer's attention, and if done right, will take you one step closer to success. Remember that some employers can spend only a few seconds looking at a resume. And with those precious few seconds, you need to make yourself stand out from all the others. In other words, resumes are your biggest tool for getting you that interview. Resumes give you that step closer and allow you to shine bright. For more information in how to write a resume, feel free to visit the Centre for Career Development or the Swinburne website. Download yourself a resume template and watch our free resume tutorial videos that give you a step-by-step run-through of writing a good resume. You can also check out the higher education section on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a lot of useful tools such as the free resume builder, which can definitely benefit you in getting an industry-standard resume. Equip yourself with a resume and equip yourself for a successful future.
So let's do a quick quiz and test your knowledge. Which one would you include on your resume? Your language, perhaps other languages you may speak. Your favorite video game. How about your work history? Technology, software or apps that you're familiar with. Your name, address, and telephone number. Maybe some additional experience that you may have received. And your education. Well, unless you're applying to be a software developer, the only one you would leave out is your favorite video game. So you guessed it correct. So you may ask yourself, what is the purpose of having a resume? The term resume is a French term that means summary. And that's exactly what a resume is. It's a summary of your qualifications, skills, and achievements. Your resume is a good look at your skills and capabilities, and it does not have to be long. The most important thing is that it's honest about your skills. You should also proofread your resume. Ensure that there are no mistakes. Ask a teacher, a counselor, a parent to help you with writing it and editing it. This introduces you to your employers, and it helps identify you as a potential interviewee. Your resume is a good look at all of those skills, and you want to make sure you prepare for the interview. The resume helps you organize yourself. It helps you to put your thoughts down on paper so you can have timelines and you can know exactly what you're capable of. And if you do that, it forces you to take a look at your own skills and assess them. It gives you a sense of security, and it can also be used as sort of a business card for like not informal interviews. Here, this is who I am. Just present yourself to interviewers or who may be interested in you. These are some of the reasons why you can use your resume.
What are the 5 components of a resume? Contact information, resume introduction, experience, education, and skills. Contact information, just a basic information. First and last name, email, phone number, mailing address. Resume introduction. Your resume introduction is like your elevator pitch. This shortly summarizes your key qualifications and tell the hiring manager how your goals align with theirs. Experience. Work experience is one of the most essential parts of a resume. Work essentials include employer, the company name, location, city, state, and zip, dates employed, and a brief explanation of your role and accomplishments at the previous job. Education. Ultimately, any strong education section of your resume should include your school name, state, city, and zip code, highest level of education, any degrees, and the years graduated. Skills. Training, certificates, license, languages, projects, volunteer work, any awards or honors are skills that could be listed in your resume. What are some resources available to assist with resume building? High school and college counselors, libraries, and some community centers, media sources, and job websites. High school and college counselors are great people to aid and help create strong resume buildings. They're great to proofread and overlook and give you a better look or view on your resume. Libraries and community centers also offer free resume building skills. Media sources such as Google, YouTube are great sites to help build, complete, or improve your resume. We also have job search sites such as the APEX program, DelawareStateJobs.com, and the DRV. These are all great sources when completing, improving, or building a resume. Tips to gain work experience. Volunteer to do community work or school projects, doing housework for neighbors or friends, job shadowing, participating in schools, work programs, or internships. Volunteering to do, I froze. Sorry about that. Volunteering to do community work or school projects. This is great because it's volunteering, it's the free experience. You're not getting paid, you don't have to show up. It's just the sheer will, the fact that you want to do it, you want to be there. Doing housework or work for neighbors. That's a great experience because once again, you have someone close to you helping you and giving you an opportunity to do something you probably haven't did before or improve on something that you have done. Job shadowing is also a great way to gain work experience because if it's someone you know, you're a lot more comfortable opening and expressing yourself to get better knowledge on the field or whatever you're looking to go into, job experience, whatever career category that you're shadowing for. Participate in school work programs or internship. That's also great because they provide you with a lot of prior knowledge, like during the transition phase coming out of high school, you get internships for culinary, construction, stuff like that. Those are all great internships because it gives you a little work experience before you actually go out there and engage into the actual work world.
Okay, so you've completed your resume. What's next? Well, you have a resume. You have to look for a job now. It may take some time to find a job. Job fairs are actually a really good place to look. There are many agencies that assist with job searches as well. You'll find some in the resources page, and you can also do some online job search. So anything that you see available, you can tell friends that you're looking for a job. You can put the word out. Word of mouth is a good way to find a job, but you have to look for a job now that you have that resume. What comes along with looking for a job is completing the job application. Now, most jobs have online applications. Be sure when you fill out your job application to fill out every single question. Be truthful here. Any questions that you don't or that you're not sure of, ask someone who you trust. But be truthful. Do not leave out any information. And if you need any accommodations on the job, list them. If the question is there, if the question is asked, you can present it on the application. If it's not there, and you feel like it's important to mention in the interview, then you can do so. But be truthful on all job applications. And then in conjunction with that, you want to dress the part. If you're going to an interview, you want to dress for success. You want to be successful at obtaining a job. So you want to be sure that your clothes are clean, pressed, ironed, and modest. You don't want them to be too flashy or too attention-seeking. You don't want them to be revealing or anything that would make you look unprofessional. So practice good hygiene and dress for success. And just like you see the young lady, she's practicing for her interview, perhaps, she's doing a virtual handshake. Now we have Zoom meetings and Zoom interviews. So you want to be sure to practice for that setting. You may not get an in-person interview. So you want to practice for that as well. This is a picture of a sample resume. It basically gives you a general idea of what a resume can look like. There's many different formats of resumes. Generally you want to use something similar to this where your name and information is listed and all the components that we mentioned. You want to separate them by category. And if you really want specifics on a format, there's a link in our resources page. It's referred to as the employment guide. And on pages 12, 13, and 14, you will find some step-by-step instructions on formatting your resume. What did you learn? Let's do some review questions. Why should you have a resume? Well, again, it introduces you to your employer. It prepares you for the interview, helps you to organize your thoughts, and it allows you to assess your skills.
Test your knowledge. What are some ways to bring your work experience? Volunteering. Once again, volunteering is a great way. It's free experience. Job shadowing. Job shadowing is another great way to gain work experience because, as said previously, if you're comfortable with the person you're shadowing, the experience can pretty much be a lot easier. It's a lot more helpful. You're a lot more open to the criticism and the work, and you're just a lot more comfortable with the field that you're in or you're taking interest in. School work programs or internships. These allow you to gain prior knowledge to whatever work field or career you're looking to go into. And these internships and school programs, such as culinary, construction, things like that, while taking those courses in school or interning, you gain a lot of prior knowledge before actually getting into that career or field.
Next question. What are the most important components of a resume? Let's see. Can you name two? Let's see what they are. Education. Of course, you want to let your employers or your prospective employers know what education you've obtained. Your skills, what you know, what have you done, what have you learned as far as work is concerned. Your contact information, of course, how can they call you back for the job or email you to let you know you got the job if they don't have your information? And the languages that you may speak. You may have a bilingual background. You may have, English or Spanish background, but you want them to know what capacity they can use you in when it comes to language.
Here's a quick review. What are the steps after building a resume? Looking for a job, completing a job application, choose to close the web before the interview, practice for the interview. Just a basic review. Of course, we want to look for a job. Want to make sure that this job that we're looking for piques our interest, and we're really going to apply ourselves with this job. Completing a job application, this is very important. As Tish said before, you want to always be truthful and honest, and give answer all job application questions to the best of your ability. If is anything that you couldn't answer or you feel like you needed to speak to your employer about, please feel free to ask during the interview. Once again, you want to dress for success, dress to impress. You don't want to be too flashy. You want to stay subtle, and you just want to make sure that you're dressed appropriate. Practice your interview. Settings have changed. We have a lot of virtual interviews going on now. So once again, you might not know if you can sit down face-to-face with someone. So you want to make sure that you're practiced, you're prepared, and you're presentable.
So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we want to just remember that in today's current world of job hunting, your resume is the #1 requirement requested. They're going to ask you for a resume even when you submit an application. So before your employer or company will take some time to actually interview you, they want to meet you on paper. And your resume is the window into your skills, experience, and education. This is how they get a chance to see who they're thinking about interviewing. It gives the employer the information on the job that you're seeking. They may have several different positions open. They can look at your skills and see what job you're seeking. And your resume is your advertisement. So make sure you make it count.
This is our resource tab. A lot of these resources were used today to provide you with the information on building a better resume. The employment guide, as Tish mentioned, slides 12 through 14 are great and very informal for resume formatting. A lot of resumes formats can be tailored to the type of job that you're looking for as well. So some jobs require certain type of resume formats. The last three links are great resources for that job applying process when you're looking for a job. And we also have another resource page full of links with great job opportunities, great job resources for like a Snag a Job, DelawareStateJobs.com. Pretty sure a lot of people heard of Indeed, Career Builder. These are all great resources for applying for jobs.
We really would like to thank everyone for tuning in today. If you will, please complete the survey. There will be a recording of today's webinar on our website at pickupdell.org, as well as many other resources. You can learn more on that website. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. And you can also sign up for our weekly e-news. We greatly appreciate all your support. Volunteer if you will. You can reach out to us as well. We hope to see you again, and we hope you really enjoyed this webinar. See you soon.